Charlie Cream has them a 9 seed in his latest bracketology. Does not have Cal in the field of 68, but a win tonight for the Golden.
Live ball turnover, but those are the kind of mistakes that are going to bite them when you shoot yourself in the foot.
Notre Dame, they have not gone all that deep with their rotation this season. Injuries have been a part of it, but oftentimes only playing 7-8 players. A block inside on Coles, who finesses the loose ball. Hidalgo whips it. De Jesus missed it off the back rim. Prosper can't put it back.
Good job by Notre Dame getting 2 extra possessions there. Don't come up with the bucket, but a difference on the rebounding effort from them.
Cal has been very tough to beat in recent memory in this building. 10-1 at home this season, won 16 games at home last year, set a program record. Miracle Shepard opens the scoring with a floater.
Great take by Shepard, getting to 2 feet, staying balanced and stepping through.
Shepard, a first-year Golden Bear, was on LSU's Elite 18 last season. A pocket pass to Coles, and Notre Dame answers back.
De Jesus, beautiful pocket pass, simple, getting behind Sakima Walker.
Malaya Coles comes over from ACC foe Wake Forest, where she spent the last 4 years, closing in on 800 career points. Notre Dame's trying to bounce back. They lost at home against Clemson on Sunday. Twydale finds Walker rolling to the cup, and she scores.
Twydale has grown tremendously in her game as a playmaker, and that's a perfect example. Not only a 3-point threat.
Had that 12-assist game in the triple overtime loss against Syracuse. Vanessa De Jesus scores with a free throw on the way. A chance at 3 for the 5th-year from Southern California.
De Jesus coming tight off the ball screen. Great job getting into the teeth of the defense. Bumps back against Maul. Kissed it off the glass for the and-1.
De Jesus, a graduate transfer from Duke, where she spent 5 seasons. Brings a lot of experience to this Notre Dame bunch tonight, playing her 123rd collegiate basketball game.
That's called a veteran in our league.
That's a lot of games. Her 6th season overall. Grew up near Los Angeles in Valencia, went to Sierra Canyon High School, alma mater of the great Juju Watkins. Twydale scoops it up, a little too strong off the glass, and here comes Notre Dame with an early 5-4 lead. Hannah Hidalgo, the fastest player in the history of the ACC to 2,000 career points. Coles can't hit from the elbow. Prosper, another offensive rebound, and the stick back rolls out. Another one pops off the iron. And out it comes to Hidalgo. She launches a 3, and finally taken care of by Cal. Gisela Maul has been the Golden Bears' best rebounder since the start of the ACC season. A low post touch for Sakima Walker.
Great defense by Prosper on the closeout.
Shepard. Out to Maul. And she sticks the 3.
Maul has been steady and consistent for this team, especially after not having played a ton of minutes last year coming off of injury.
Played all 45 minutes in Cal's overtime win here last time out against Stanford. Hannah Hidalgo answers back, and if there's an Achilles heel when you look at what she's done statistically, just 22% from 3-point territory still takes them with a ton of confidence.
Absolutely. She's still a player who can string together 5 or 6 in a game.
Cal goes back inside to Sakima Walker, and she's fouled on the attempt. It's on Malaya Coles. All right, Leisha, your keys here tonight.
Big opportunity for Cal to take care of the basketball. Also, Notre Dame wants to turn teams over. That's how they get victories. See those 20 turnovers versus Clemson. Right now, attacking the glass is going to be huge. Notre Dame has the advantage, doing a really good job. And then we know Notre Dame's not going to go deep into their bench. Cal either, they've got a little bit more depth, but you got to stay out of foul trouble. Both squads will be looking for that.
Gisela Sanchez comes off the bench first for the Irish, replacing Malaya Coles, who just picked up that last foul. And Sakima Walker, after nailing a pair at the free throw line, exits in favor of Naya Ojukwu, who's been a great bench piece for Charmin Smith in her first season with the program. Notre Dame turns it over. The first Irish giveaway tonight.
Coach Ivey's got to be happy with those 5-0 boards right now for Notre Dame after getting crushed on the glass against Clemson.
Out-rebounded by 20 against the Tigers. 65-58 loss. Only second time all year Notre Dame had lost in South Bend. Count it, and a foul. Taylor Barnes has a chance at 4.
Notre Dame goes zone there, switching up their defense. Miracle Shepherd, great job, left-hand pass, finds the corner shooter. Barnes holds the follow-through. Beautiful knockdown from Taylor Barnes, the freshman.
Well, the True Frosh from Grand Prairie in Texas went for 15 in the overtime win against Stanford last time. And Charmin Smith has talked about how her confidence has grown, along with just how she understands the game at this level halfway through her freshman campaign.
Yeah, you forget she's a freshman because she's steady and poised, and her build is not what you typically see in a freshman. You see her make those small mistakes. Remember, she's still growing.
Prosper saved it in, but right to Miracle Shepherd. Another takeaway for Cal. Shepherd triple teamed, somehow kept that dribble alive, but it was poked away and stolen anyway by the Irish. Notre Dame, top 10 in the country. They average 14 steals a game. As Prosper can't hit from the corner. Here comes Lulu Twydale. The Golden Bears leading scorer at 15 a game. And it's another takeaway for the Irish as Prosper picked off the pass. Numbers for Notre Dame, and DeJesus lays it in.
And that's what Notre Dame wants to do. Great job. Turn your defense into easy offense at the rim.
5 points early for Vanessa DeJesus, who had 10 points last time against Clemson. Early 3-point lead for Cal, more than halfway through the opening 10. Ojukwu tried to muscle it up inside. Prosper kept her balance, and here comes Hannah Hidalgo. Off the side of the iron, Ayanna Moore, the Vanderbilt transfer, misfiring from the outside. Notre Dame just one of their first 5 from 3-point territory.
Notre Dame's getting some high-quality looks that they're not knocking down. Similar to the Clemson game, just need to knock down open good looks.
Only hit 2 threes the entirety of that game against Clemson. Attempted 13 three-pointers as Shepherd turns, and the home roll for the junior point guard.
It's a tough bucket over the length of Prosper.
Miracle Shepherd has hit her first 2 field goals. She's also dished out a couple assists early. DeJesus inside, answers back. Big opening quarter for the SoCal native.
Love how aggressive DeJesus is being to start this game out. She's attacking, getting into the paint.
Niele Ivey talked about how important of an addition Vanessa DeJesus has been, allowing Hannah Hidalgo to play off the ball. It rolls off the front of the rim for Ojukwu, who commits the frustration foul and sends us to our first timeout. 15-12 start here for Cal, trying to make it 30. The Irish were picked to finish 5th in the ACC preseason poll and opened the season ranked 15th in the AP poll. I've taken some lumps along the way, but per usual, Niele Ivey put together a really tough out-of-conference schedule as Ayanna Moore misfires from deep out of the timeout.
Hannah getting over that pick and roll with such aggression.
117 steals this season for Hannah Hidalgo, by far and away tops in the country in that category. 4 steals away from 400 for her career, checking into action tonight. Gisela Moll, spin cycle, tried to throw it up there, had 1 on the shot clock and did not draw iron. Moore lets it fly again, and this time connects. Her 41st 3, she leads the team in that category.
Rarely going to miss 2 in a row, especially 2 high-quality open shots.
Shoots the 3 ball at 40%, second team all SEC 2 years ago at Vandy. What a year the Commodores have had in Nashville, sitting at 20-1, 5th in the country. And Walker reached in on it, fouled. It'll go against Hannah Hidalgo, who set up Ayanna Moore for that last bucket.
Great job, point guard finding her three-player on the wing. This came from defense to offense for the Irish right now, which is where a ton of their points are coming from, outside of De Jesus scoring in the half court.
15's on the board here in the final 2 minutes of the opening quarter. These two teams played twice last season, pair of wins for Notre Dame, although Cal pushed the Irish in the ACC tournament. Twydale down the lane, lays it in, and give her one on the house.
Great play by Lulu Twydale, taking her time at the top of the key, not getting rushed, coming off the pick and roll right, which is where she wants to go, taking the contact, their eyes stay on the rim, letting the people know it's +1.
Lulu Twydale has been on quite the tear. Had that 36-point game at Boston College earlier this month. The most points scored by a Golden Bear since Christina Nigwe went for 37 back in 2018.
Woo.
You had some big games in a Golden Bear uniform.
Some solid ones, yeah. They were decent. We had a Final Four, no big.
Yeah. A little rematch coming up Sunday against Louisville.
Yes, I gave Coach Wallace some crap about that when I worked the game earlier in the year.
Louisville a winner earlier tonight down on the farm against Stanford. Shepherd dishes. It's Donez for three. Lola Donez, the sophomore from Hawaii, comes off the bench. 6 straight for Cal to jump back in front.
Again from the point guard, Miracle Shepherd getting into the paint and then finding her open shooters.
12th tray of the season for Lola Donez. Moore missed it off the back rim. It ricochets right back to her, and she scores with a free throw on the way. 2+1 for Ayanna Moore.
That was a great first play from Ayanna Moore, and then a great job following up on her miss there. And then you see the toughness, uses the physicality, the lower part of her body to draw the contact. Telling Lulu Twydale, my N1 will match your N1.
Notre Dame has out-rebounded Cal on the offensive glass 6-0 early. How important will that statistic be as the night rolls along here?
That's a huge one for Cal, especially if they're going to turn the ball over to get extra possessions. And right now, Notre Dame is the one getting extra possessions, and they needed it.
It's the focal point of practice for this Notre Dame group yesterday after they were out-rebounded by 20 against Clemson. Lulu Twydale with a downtown hit, her first 3 tonight.
Ooh, the Bears are shooting them out of the zone right now. Knocked down 3 threes.
Lulu Twydale, second in the ACC, north of 30% from three-point territory. Only a couple of seconds separate the shot clock and game clock as we wind down to the opening quarter, and an offensive foul right in front of the Cal bench, and Sharman Smith wanted that.
It was a great job by Donez fighting through the handoff. That's what was able to draw the obvious offensive foul from Prosper.
First foul on Kassan Prosper, and the 5th on Notre Dame this quarter. Shot clock dart, Cal can hold for the final look. Hidalgo picks the pocket of Shepherd and scores before time expires.
Classic Hannah Hidalgo, pressuring, making things happen.
On NotreAme, the leather large jersey was a McDonald's All-American co-MVP, and she has lived up to every bit of the hype she's expected to here at the college level.
It's easy to take for granted her level of excellence and how hard she plays every single time she steps on the court, and she plays both sides of the basketball, which is rare in like that good of a scorer.
And you think so much about her defense, had that steal and bucket to end the first quarter. She's second in the country in scoring. Last touched by California as Hidalgo tried to drive it. A lot happened if you missed that first quarter. 24-20 in favor of the Golden Bears. Cal did not miss from three-point territory.
Knocking it down, Notre Dame winning on the rebounds. Great sign from them. Growth from the Clemson game. Cal needs to be better. And the ball's going through the basket, which is always fun.
A fun pace of play through the first 10 minutes. And Prosper surrounded by gold jerseys and muscles it through anyway.
Great catch by Prosper to go up and get that, land with balance and finish.
It has been a breakout senior season for Kassan Prosper, who only started 7 games her first 3 years with Notre Dame. Has now started all 21 this year and second on the team at almost 16 a game. Twydale's open. Doesn't hit that time. The first Cal miss from downtown. Shepard picks up Hidalgo. Malaya Coles. Shot clock into single digits here for Notre Dame. Hidalgo. Missed everything.
It's a good job not fouling.
Twydale on the skip. Gisela Moll puts it in. And one.
Great pass from Twydale coming down the court. The junior guard playmaking. Defense to offense. Twydale dribbling down the court. Great one-handed pass. And Moll finishing at the rim. Eyes up with the contact. Seems to be whatever player, this is a little obvious with basketball, can get the stop is getting out and running right now.
She's been playing some of her best basketball since the start of the ACC season, almost averaging a double-double over her last 6.
She rebounds so well at her size. She's got a knack for the ball.
Her second year with the program after spending her freshman season close to home at Texas. Hidalgo finds Prosper inside. Right over the top of Sakima Walker and came up short. Twydale finds Walker in the low post. Backing in Coles. Tried to use the offhand and it misses off the side of the backboard.
Great one-on-one defense from Coles.
Moore probing and sets up Coles for 2.
Beautiful. Ayana Moore coming off the ball screen so tight, taking her time, finding the roll.
Malaya Coles been in double figures 9 times this season. No stranger to the ACC, spent the last 4 years in Winston-Salem with the Demon Deacons of Wake Forest.
Notre Dame staying consistent in their make-miss. They're going zone on a make, man on a miss.
Neil Ivey talked about changing defenses. Donez hacked on the way up, and it's on Hannah Hidalgo, who picks up her second foul, and it's the second time in this first half Notre Dame has fouled a 3-point shooter.
It's great effort on the closeout. That's what you want to see, the defensive rotations, extra efforts, but Hannah Hidalgo there just gets her right on the hand before the ball's released.
So that's 2 first half fouls on Hannah Hidalgo.
Neil Ivey talked about from that Clemson game wanting her team to have the second, third efforts on defense consistently. So I think you'll take some of that. Of course, you don't want the foul, but you appreciate the way they're rotating right now.
Lola Donez, who knocked down a 3 in the opening quarter. Has only been at the free throw line 8 times through Cal's first 21 games. A sophomore from Hawaii. The Hawaii State Player of the Year coming out of high school, was a freshman on that NCAA tournament 25-win team for Cal last season. Made 25 appearances in a limited role for the Golden Bears and connects on 2 of the 3 free throws to grow this lead back to 5. Jesus lets it fly. A one-and-done trip for the Irish. Here comes Miracle Shepard. Moll, trailer 3, and she cashes in.
Again from Shepard, getting into the paint.
Miracle Shepard has dished out 4 assists in this opening half and commits the foul on Hannah Hidalgo on the other end.
Miracle Shepard getting into the paint, getting to 2 feet and finding open shooters. She's done it 4 times tonight.
Hannah Hidalgo 81% at the free throw line. Went for 30 points in that loss last time against Clemson. The 5th time she's notched at least 30 in the point column this season. 87 straight games in double figure scoring for Hannah Hidalgo.
Consistent. And Hidalgo got down and got to the rim. That was on the made 3. So the pace that she played with, that was not off of a turnover or a miss. That was a made bucket.
Taylor Barnes, who had that 4-point play in the opening quarter. The freshman from Grand Prairie, Texas, returns for Cal as Lola Donez sits. 7 opening half points for Hannah Hidalgo as the Golden Bears turn it over.
Not what you want if you're the Golden Bears, but you'll take the dead ball over, of course, the live ball.
Open corner pop. It's to Jesus off the side of the iron. Shepard behind the back. Twydale flashes the leather, picked up by Hannah Hidalgo, the back-to-back ACC Defensive Player of the Year. Shepard through the contact. It's another and 1 bucket for Cal in this opening half at home.
Shepard came to play today. Great cut right here, gets the 2 feet again, banging down low like a post player. That's against Sanchez, someone who has inches on her.
Miracle Shepard, 3rd program in 3 seasons, 2 years ago at Mississippi State, LSU last year. It really feels like she's found a home for the next couple seasons here in Berkeley. An open 3 for Moore, and Notre Dame needed that.
They needed that. They've missed some good quality open shots, and they're going to have to knock those ones down to get wins in the ACC.
Second knockdown from the outside. Now 245 career-made threes for Ayanna Moore. Gisela Mole answers back for the Golden Bears. She's 3 for 3 from distance in this first half.
Well, Cal is prepared for the zone and has not let it affect them.
And Notre Dame gives it right back. Well, Charmin Smith has called Gisela Mole the rock of this year's Cal team, and right now she's doing it on the offensive end for this group.
She is. She does it in rebounding. She does it in her temperament. She doesn't get flustered, and then she can knock down the 3-point shot, which is always helpful for this Cal team spacing.
An efficient start for the Golden Bears, 6 of 7 to open this game from 3-point territory. Claudia Langarita, her 2nd game back from injury, and she scores. The graduate from Spain adds some more size for this Cal team, listed at 6'4".
It gives Sakima Walker a break and an opportunity to get on the bench, but they don't lose that inside presence.
The Golden Bears up double figures with 5 minutes left in the first half. And Hidalgo missed it. It caroms to Moore. Notre Dame has dominated the offensive glass. +7 on the offensive glass for the Irish. Moore on a mid-range, knocks it down.
Ayanna Moore keeping Notre Dame in the game right now.
Ayanna Moore leading the Irish with 11 of the 31. First Notre Dame player in this game into double figures. Twydale picked up her dribble. Shepard attacks Hidalgo, who fell to the floor, and a monster swat from Prosper. Shot clock didn't reset, down to 5. Barnes to the baseline, and Cal did not realize the clock situation. Time expires on the 30, and Notre Dame will have it on the other side. But the Golden Bears shooting 65% this first half at home, up 9-0, fueling this 40-point first half with still 4:06 to play for Cal.
And at some point you think, right, the 86% is not going to hold up. So can Cal continue to take care of the basketball? When Notre Dame punches back, which they probably will because they're a good team, how do they respond?
It's Notre Dame basketball out of the timeout. Irish shooting 41% from the field this first half. And 3 of 11 from three-point territory are the Irish. Their first ever game here at Haas Pavilion against the Golden Bears. Prosper on the block. And it rolls off. Second rebound for Gisela Mall. Cal looks really comfortable on this end of the floor. Langarita. Back to Twydale. And a foul called with 4 on the timer. It's on Ayanna Moore, and free throws for Lulu Twydale.
And Langarita did a great job helping facilitate that play. Off of the pitch, she got it back and threw it to Lulu Twydale right there on the cut. You could hear her saying right there, cut back. A post player like her makes your guard so much better. So we got to give her the quality shout-out assist.
Well, this is what Lulu Twydale's been up to the last couple of weeks in the ACC. And the double-double and the triple overtime loss at Syracuse. Follow that up with 32 points, 8 3-point makes against Boston College, and a big road win. And as we mentioned earlier, came alive late against Stanford and really carried Cal in that overtime session.
She did. They ran a play for her when she had not made a 3 yet, and they ran a 3-point play for her, and she knocked it down.
Turnaround jump shot for Malaya Coles. 6 first-half points for Coles, who averages 9 points a game. Notre Dame has trailed for a good chunk of this first half, trying to close strong and get closer at the break. Final 2.5 minutes here. Langarita lost the handle. A takeaway for Hannah Hidalgo.
Great defense, good hands.
Hidalgo coast to coast, and she missed it off the side of the iron. Tried to follow it up, but touched it last. Nice defensive stand for Cal again.
They're doing a great job of corralling. That's the scouting report on Hannah Hidalgo. Corral her, take 2 to her at all times. Make her be a passer, make her find other teammates. Make someone else beat you.
Claudia Langarita sits. Sakima Walker, the South Carolina transfer, back on the floor for Cal. Here's Miracle Shepherd. Knifing downhill, and she missed it. Ripped away by Coles inside. That touched every angle of the orange iron.
It really did.
Chance for the Irish to get closer. Jesus from the free throw line. Almost followed her own miss, but Gisela Mall there with another California rebound.
And that's a quality shot from De Jesus. It's early in the shot clock, but off of the pick and roll, she can knock those down.
Twydale to the floor. And a takeaway for Notre Dame. Hidalgo in transition. That bounces off. Hidalgo gets it back. The loose ball just seems to find Hannah Hidalgo. Notre Dame now +8 on the offensive glass this first half.
And not quite converting them, but they're getting those extra possessions. You think with time they're going to get some eventually knocked down.
Well, another one wiggles out, and not a sight California would hope to see. Taylor Barnes holding that lower left leg area. Cal has been without its starting freshman point guard Puff Morris for the last month. He's battling back from a leg injury as well, and it's a little friendly fire there. Barnes stepped on the heel of Sakima Walker.
Ouch.
You played basketball many years here at Cal, professionally, going way back before that, high school, etc. What does that feel like when you step on somebody else's sneaker?
I felt it. It hurts. It's not great. It's one of those just tough incidents. Yeah, you see the ankle go to the floor when you feel the side of your foot touch the floor. Doesn't feel good.
Cal hasn't scored in more than 2 minutes. Notre Dame's defense has been better in the final moments of this first half. Shepherd, that is an offensive foul.
Great job by Hidalgo. drawing the charge. You see the size difference and the strength difference there. So she does a good job of sitting on Miracle Shepherd's right hand right there. Sells it a little bit of maybe arm extension, but that's a smart, heady defender.
About 8 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Hidalgo whistled for traveling. And it's been a frustrating first half on the offensive end for Hannah Hidalgo, who's now turned it over 4 times, and she's just 2 of 9 from the field.
She's a little sped up right now. The corralling has her a little offbeat when she's gotten second chance points. Second chance opportunities, excuse me.
Yeah, all those offensive rebounds, but only 4 second chance points in the game for Notre Dame. A group that probably feels like they should be closer right now. Maul across the lane, sets up Walker for the score.
Great pass.
De Jesus launches from mid-court and missed everything. A 10-point lead at the break for the California Golden Bears, and you can see the frustration from Hannah Hidalgo and Notre Dame halfway home tonight in Berkeley.
Absolutely, Cal never took their foot off the gas. Hidalgo and Notre Dame doing a great job on the O board, just cannot convert them.
Short-handed group. Didn't even practice full court yesterday. They kept everything in the half court to try to preserve as much energy as possible for this game tonight. And we'll see how this group responds after watching Cal go north of 60% from the field in that first half. Lola Donez will start the second half after Taylor Barnes twisted an ankle late in the first half. It's a steal for Prosper and points off of a giveaway for Notre Dame to start this third quarter.
That's how you respond out of the halftime. Prosper getting out and pressuring, not giving up an easy entry pass.
We'll have to wait and see what the status is of Taylor Barnes, but concerning for Cal to not have her out there with this unit to start the second half.
And then it cuts their bench 1 player short as well.
Shepherd behind the back, shovels it. Sakima Walker scores.
1 player who still is on the court and impacting it is Miracle Shepherd.
Now, Miracle Shepherd has now dished out a game-high 6 assists. Sakima Walker with 8 points on 3 of 4 from the field. Prosper down the baseline. That's a tough bucket inside for Kassan Prosper.
Versatility on display. That's your 4 player out at the 3-point line, shot fakes, and gets to the rim over Sakima Walker's contact.
Kassan Prosper with all 4 for Notre Dame. Coming out of halftime, and a kick ball will reset the shot clock to 20 on this end.
Great job getting into the paint. Miracle Shepherd again finding Sakima Walker for the easy bucket. Versatility. Prosper going up straight at Sakima's chest. That's how you stop a shot blocker, going right at their chest.
It's a quiet first half for Kassan Prosper. Only had 2 points, but back-to-back field goals. First minute and a half of this third quarter. Shepherd picked up her dribble at the free throw line. Here's Lulu Twydale, picked up by Hannah Hidalgo. Twydale swinging the elbows around, and Hidalgo with a terrific job to hang in there defensively. De Jesus lets it fly, and it wiggles out. Coles tried to save it in bounds, but stepped on the baseline.
That's a quality possession for Notre Dame. That's just one of those where the lid is on the basket for them right now. If they could get 1 to drop, you might see the lid open up.
That last miss, Notre Dame now 3 of 12 from 3-point territory. Donez did have 5 points off the bench that first half. Shepherd scores at the basket. Miracle Shepherd on a tough take for 2.
De Jesus is over here face guarding Lulu, and Miracle Shepherd to the rim.
Hannah Hidalgo missing the layup, but drawing a foul and a couple of free throws.
Shepherd, great crossover there. The right to left crossover. Finishes with her inside hand, which helps with the shot blocking. Tucks the ball right there like a running back, so no one's going to get in and tip it. Beautiful take. Marshawn Lynch right there.
Beast mode. Well, here's an interesting decision made by Sharman Smith. Donez sits. And Sakima Walker at 6'5" will share the floor with the 6'4" Claudia Langarita.
Going double big.
As Hidalgo nails the first of two.
The thing about Walker and Langarita is they're both good passers. You can bring both of them up to the elbow, you can pitch to them, and they do a good job of handling the pressure, especially Langarita. We haven't got to see her as much on display in the last couple of years.
Her second appearance since an injury she suffered back in early December. Played 14 minutes against Stanford. And first off the bench for Cal in this third quarter. Walker feeds Langarita. The two bigs tried to hook up there. Instead, a miss, and here comes Hannah Hidalgo. Knocked away from Prosper by Gisela Moll.
Charmin Smith talked about transition defense, and I think she has to love that play because that easily could have been a Notre Dame bucket, but they sprinted back, they corralled Hidalgo, and then also got back to the trailer and tipped it out.
It's Prosper inside, tried to wrap it in, and that's the second foul on Sakima Walker. So more free throws for Notre Dame.
Prosper doing a great job in this third quarter, wheeling her team with that kind of effort and toughness, just finding a way to make things happen.
Neil Ivey feels like Kassan Prosper deserves to be in every most improved player conversation. Stayed on campus over the summer instead of her usual routine, playing with the Canadian national team. She's from Montreal, but felt like staying in South Bend for the summer not only helped her get better at basketball, but helped her get closer with this team.
Yeah, she said she also got bigger and stronger. They're also going to get a little more rest being on campus. And she moved her from the 5 to the 4 also this year, which has helped her, and she can step out and knock down the 3 more.
Notre Dame within 7. Langarita. As Walker falls to the floor, shot clock at a single digits. Shepard tried to feed Walker. It's another takeaway for the Irish, who give it right back. Shepard dives on the floor, and it winds up in the ready hands of Hannah Hidalgo. A more 3 is good.
That's who Notre Dame needs to keep finding is Ayanna Moore.
Shepard across the floor. Gisela Moll led the way with 12 points in the first half. Walker missed the hook shot, taken by Prosper.
Another good Notre Dame stop.
Moore lets it fly. Can't hit that time as Twydale watches it roll out of bounds. 6 straight for the Irish over the last couple minutes. What early second half adjustments have you seen from this Notre Dame team?
I've seen them go man-to-man because Cal was shooting the lights out in the zone, and then they've just settled a little bit offensively, not rushing quite as much, and it's really been Prosper's effort. I think she's turned it up and made things happen for this squad.
Naya Ojukwu on the floor for the first time this second half for Cal. Tried to sail it inside to Sakima Walker, who felt like she was held by Malaya Coles. But it goes down as Cal's 12th turnover of the night.
And that's going to be their Achilles heel, is turning the ball over. Not a live ball turnover, but another possession for Notre Dame and another, not even an attempt at the basket. It's a Philly action right there for Hidalgo.
Hidalgo blocked inside by Sakima Walker.
Whew, that's not the first time we've seen her do that. Walker right there, great job not fouling, meets her at the top. Gives a little trash talk, but not enough to get a tech, then to look away.
A little southpaw swat. Hidalgo from the elbow. And taken by Sakima Walker. Hannah Hidalgo now 2 for 10 from the field. Still trying to find it on the offensive end tonight. But despite that, Notre Dame very much in this basketball game with 5 minutes to play in the third.
With your star not playing at all her best basketball.
And you're on the foul. Ayanna Moore picks it up. Notre Dame watched Cal pour in 43 first half points. They've only yielded 4 points halfway through this third quarter. And they're doing it with their defense. Shepard into Walker for 2.
Beautiful pass by Miracle Shepard.
Double figures for Sakima Walker with 10. Now 7 assists for Miracle Shepard tonight. Moore off the bounce, races downhill. Jesus to the cup. And Ojukwu trying to tightrope that baseline, couldn't stay in. It belongs to Notre Dame. The Irish have gone back into a little bit of a funk here. They've missed 6 of their last 7 attempts.
If you're Irish, you're down 6. It's third quarter. You're on the road. You're hanging in there. You have to continue to do the quality things like rebound the basketball. They're doing a great job of not giving Cal wide open threes like they did in the first half.
Cal has yet to attempt a 3 in this third quarter. The roof scraper drops through for Hannah Hidalgo. Only her 3rd field goal tonight.
It's one of the cleanest looks she's gotten tonight as well, coming off the pick and roll without that extreme corral we've seen from the Bears.
Their double-figure scoring streak with that last bucket extends to 88 games.
Woo.
Late in the clock here for the Golden Bears. Walker tried to sneak it across the lane to Ojukwu, and it's a takeaway for Notre Dame. Hidalgo runs the show for the Irish. Stopping and starting and feeding Coles. Ooh. It's a 2-point game.
Beautiful, and Hidalgo can get going. You can feel on the precipice at times with how explosive she can be and get this squad going.
5th assist for Hannah Hidalgo. Lulu Twydale fills it up on a 3.
Ooh, who also can get her squad going is Lulu Twydale, who gets that shot off with such quickness. It's a flick of the wrist.
Cal's not forcing anything from deep. Their first attempt of the second half, and it drops through. The Golden Bears now 7 for 8 from 3-point territory tonight. Prosper on the move and draws a foul. And the leading scorers getting going here on both sides.
Hidalgo, great job coming tight, probing off the pick and roll. The no look is how she sold Ojukwu on that defensive play. And then Twydale, that's just a reversal, but it's going to one of the most quickest, most efficient shooters, and you've got to get out and close out to her.
That was Lulu Twydale's 190th career 3 in a Cal uniform. All right, pretty good company. 2 of the best players in the country, Audi Crooks of Iowa State. These are actually the top 2 scorers in women's college hoops this year.
You can see with the consistency, and I love that it's a guard and a post, so you have the battle of who will take the ultimate reign winner this year of the scoring leader.
The only game still alive in ACC play tonight. Everything else has gone final. The entry pass ripped away by Coles.
Great job by Coles just coming and snatching it.
Hidalgo flips it up. It bounces in. Back to a 2-point game. 13 for Hannah Hidalgo tonight.
And that's hard to defend when Hidalgo's in transition coming down. There's no help off that pick and roll. The beautiful floater.
Claudia Langarita sharing the floor with Sakima Walker again. 2 bigs in the game for Charmin Smith. And Gisela Mall smothered on that 3-point attempt by Kassan Prosper.
Hidalgo heating up here. You see her coming off. Walker does not get tight enough. Oh, it's actually a better contest than I thought live, but Hidalgo's floater is just so quick. She got it off. Easy pop.
Sakima Walker has about a foot of height on Hannah Hidalgo. Shepard lets it fly and buries the 3.
Basket's wide open from Cal for the 3-point line.
A dozen for Miracle Shepard in the point column to go along with 8 assists. They bring the double on Coles. Sanchez misses from the elbow. Oh, and now Gisela Moll comes up holding her lower left leg. Already got Taylor Barnes on crutches after twisting her ankle in the first half for Cal. And Moll helped up by her teammates, able to walk gingerly and see what happens.
Great job boxing out there. Oh, another ankle to the floor.
Well, Gisela Moll, as tough as they come, she stays in the game for Sharman Smith. Cal knows the importance of this one. Twydale hits another three.
And again, in Notre Dame zone, they're going zone, and that's when Cal gets loose and gets those open shots.
13 for Twydale on 3 trays tonight. Cal grows the lead back to 8. Final 65 seconds of the third. Coles on the catch. Down to 5 on the timer. Sanchez lost it. And Walker's fouled.
Lulu Twydale loves a zone because what do you get? Knockdown threes. Shooters love a zone.
The red-hot shooting continues for this Cal team. 6 of 10 from the floor in this quarter. Still 62% for the game. Turnovers have been the one Achilles heel on this end. Twydale feeds Walker, and she scores it off the glass.
Great job by Lulu staying poised there. Giving Sakima Walker time to roll. Finds her at the backside.
8 straight for the Golden Bears.
It's a great response.
Notre Dame got within 2. Cal has stretched the lead back to double figures. This was the difference at the start of the quarter. 17 points apiece for the Irish and Bears as we dwindle down in tonight's third. Hidalgo around the high screen set by Coles. Puts the dribble in between her legs. The teardrop feathers it through.
Woo, beautiful. Stopped on a dime.
Shepard did not release it in time. The officials did signal that they'll take a second look to make sure Hidalgo released that last make in time. But for now, it's California 60, Notre Dame 52 with 1 quarter to play tonight in the Bay. Sharman Smith hoping her team can hold on here down the stretch. It would be a 4th win in 5 tries for the Golden Bears, who had opened up the ACC schedule with 4 straight losses. Cal basketball to start tonight's 4th. And Langarita throws it away. Shepard was cutting to the baseline, and Langarita thought she'd be hanging out on the wing.
Good first thought for Notre Dame to chip away at this 8-point lead, which at times has felt bigger than 8, and then at times has felt like they're on the precipice of going up 5.
Hidalgo around the high screen. Intercepted. Shepard got 2 hands on it, taken away by Sakima Walker. Walker faces up on Coles and lost the handle. DeJesus chases it down.
2 possessions, 2 turnovers for Cal to start the 4th quarter.
Notre Dame 11 steals tonight, 8th in the country. They average more than 14 a game. Prosper goes right at Claudia Langarita. Stays patient and missed it anyway. That last move was going to free her for a clean look. And Langarita still found a way to contest. That's shooting practice for Miracle Shepard. And a timeout Notre Dame as Cal grows the lead back to double figures. Miracle Shepard, an assist shy of a double-double.
If you're gonna go under the ball screen that deep, Miracle Shepard is gonna make you pay. Good sign for the Bears.
Hidalgo fires it inside. Prosper tried to power it up past the double team, and Walker's fouled after grabbing the miss.
Great play from Coach Ivy out of the timeout, getting Prosper a back screen to the basket. Just does not go in. And it gets Akima Walker a little tough on the head there.
Akima Walker flirting with the double-double tonight. 12 points, 8 boards for the well-traveled graduate from Columbus. 6th season of college basketball, but she has really found a comfortable spot here in Berkeley with not only the minutes she's gotten compared to her previous stops, but what she's been able to produce here in the ACC.
She's really gotten going, and it's helped Cal because now they have an inside presence within the outside shooting of Gisela, of Twydale. And it's nice to see Sakima be able to get the ball down low, go one-on-one, be able to roll behind defenses, and as we saw in that zone earlier, be able to just go up and catch a high lob.
Learned a lot under Don Staley last couple of years at South Carolina. And another foul away from the basketball on Notre Dame.
Okay, even if you're not playing a ton at South Carolina, you're exposed, right? Practice every single day to that level of excellence and talent.
Was on that perfect national title team 2 seasons ago. So 2 quick fouls on Notre Dame. First couple minutes of the 4th, and there's a 3rd. Gisela Mall cutting to the basket. And a couple free throws coming up.
I think cutting is one of the most underrated skills in basketball. It's the timing and the wherewithal of when to cut. And Gisela Mall puts it on full display there. Lets the play develop. Everyone comes out. Notre Dame's doing a great job denying, and then it's the timing of her cut to the rim.
3rd foul on Kassan Prosper. Good to see Gisela Mall hang in there after twisting her ankle late in the 3rd. Bears already lost Taylor Barnes, a starter, to a twisted ankle back in the 1st half. Mall's career high 17 points within reach here in the 4th quarter, and she's got a baker's dozen now. This matches Cal's largest lead of the game. Prosper trying to turn the corner. Drops it off for Coles. Recovered by the Irish. Moore with a hand in her face. Buries the 3.
God, that was beautiful. The one takes that pound dribble just to freeze the defense. Ayana Moore has continued to keep Notre Dame in the game tonight.
Irish have 5 threes as a team, and Moore is responsible for 4 of them. She leads them with 17 points. Walker catches. Oladonez backs it out. Shot clock into single figures for the Golden Bears. Mall trying to work around the Walker screen. Has to hoist. And it does not draw iron as it trickles out of bounds. Big stop for Notre Dame.
And that's Prosper out switching on a guard. Her defensive versatility there is really nice to watch. Stays down, keeps a hand up, does not give up the 3.
Moore picked up her dribble at the free throw line. Vanessa De Jesus with it, has not scored since her 7-point opening quarter. Feeds Prosper, and she missed everything from the corner. Twydale trying to box out Moore, and it rolls out of bounds.
Great box out by Twydale. If I'm not going to get the ball, you're not going to get it. And that's how aggressive Ayana Moore was being on that offensive rebound.
Inside of 7 minutes left in regulation. And a foul on De Jesus. Collided with Lulu Twydale. That's already 4 against Notre Dame.
Notre Dame trying to pick up the pressure, deny a little bit more, top block, even Lulu Twydale, but the 4 fouls is not how you get there because now next foul is already in the bonus for Cal.
Gisela Sanchez back on the floor for Notre Dame. She has been the only non-starter to see minutes tonight for the Irish. We talk about their depth or lack thereof. Only 6 deep in a conference game in late January.
It's typical for benches to get a little bit shorter in conference play, but 6 deep is quite short, and that's typical of also Neil Eiley, Muffin McGraw have not typically played large rotations in their careers.
Takeaway for Ayanna Moore. Notre Dame nearing their season average, up to 12 steals as a team tonight. They average 14 a game. De Jesus, the no-look feed, and Sanchez scores it off the window.
Jesus heard you talking about her not having scored, but she assisted. There was a great paint touch and then found the cutting Sanchez.
And Notre Dame back within 6. Donez attacks. Picked up her dribble. Boy, the officials, neither of them had a good angle at it. And it's going to resort to the possession arrow, which points the way of Notre Dame. The two officials surrounding where that ball went out of bounds, and neither saw who it had glanced off of. And so they turn to the possession arrow. May have went off the lower half of Gisela Moll.
I thought it did too live. Interesting because now possession arrow is back to Cal, which could come down to play in the stretch of this game.
Moore lets it fly and buries another 3. It's a one-possession game.
Beautiful pop back by Ayanna Moore. Great footwork.
A 20-piece out west for Ayanna Moore tonight. Shepard bumped and fouled by Hannah Hidalgo, and that will put California in the bonus all the way to the finish line.
Ayanna Moore passes there, pop backs off the screen from Coles, gives Twydale a taste of her own medicine.
The 8 straight for the Irish over the last 2.5 minutes. And now they put Cal at the free throw line. And Miracle Shepard putting together one of her best games in a Golden Bear uniform with 14 points, 9 assists. The 9 assists matching a career high from her freshman season while at Mississippi State. And she's 4 points shy of her career high, 18 points at Missouri early last month.
She's been so steady this game, even with the turnovers. And you see the side effect or the consequences of Notre Dame's early fouls in the start of the fourth quarter being that's just a simple drive, and Hannah Hidalgo's trying to play tough defense, and then Miracle Shepard lands at the free throw line.
Shepard just 50% at the free throw line and lived up to it there. 1 for 2. 4-point lead for Cal with 5.5 minutes to play in Haas Pavilion. Moore out of the shot fake and took an extra step. This is the 8th Notre Dame turnover tonight. On a night where Cal has been so balanced, you wonder if Charmin Smith has somebody in mind to be a closer for this team. On Sunday, it was Lulu Twydale against Stanford. Twydale with it. Picked up her dribble on the baseline. Donez seeing the crunch time minutes without Taylor Barnes available. Shepard off the back rim. It pinballs around, and Donez touched it on the baseline. It belongs to Notre Dame with 5 minutes to play.
Balanced scoring, and in Cal has had multiple people in double figures. All 4 or 5 starters in ACC play. 4 of the 5 starters have averaged double figures.
Hannah Hidalgo to the rim. She scoops it up. It popped out at the last moment. And you could see the expression on her face, how stunned she was that didn't roll through.
That has been the story of the night for Notre Dame in terms of their buckets just falling short, rattling out of the rim. You see her eyes on the rim the entire time. Looked over, Neil Ivey slaps her hand really hard. Also, cannot believe that was not an and one.
Hidalgo yet to score in this fourth quarter. Does have 15 tonight and perfect at the free throw line. The foul on Miracle Shepard, her 3rd. And the first on Cal in this fourth quarter.
Great drive there, gets hit on the head by Shepard, and that ball just rattles in and out of the rim. just like that first free throw did for Hidalgo.
81% at the free throw stripe this season. Connects on the second. 16 for Hannah Hidalgo tonight as Sakima Walker returns for Sharman Smith. Notre Dame trying to make a late push here. The Golden Bears have led for much of the night on their home floor. Shot clock into single digits. Walker comes high to set the screen. Mall muscles it up and draws a foul with 4 on the shot clock. Gisela Mall didn't really have anywhere to go, decided to attack the basket and rewarded with a couple of free throws.
Calls for a late head tap high on ball screen at the end of that play. And then once she gets into the paint, gets stopped by Coles, does a great job stepping through and draws the late foul.
Second-year Bear by way of Texas. A career high of 17 at Boston College earlier this month. And 15 tonight for Gisela Mall. Traveling violation. Oh, ever so subtle. Ayanna Moore shuffled the feet.
Took a few too extra steps, and if you're going to do it, right in front of the ref is not the place.
It has to be one of the more frustrating turnovers for Notre Dame tonight. Wydale around the screen, flips it back to Shepard. She attacks Hannah Hidalgo, spins and lays it in. She has matched her career high in points.
That's a huge 4-point swing there from the turnover to Shepard's bucket.
Hidalgo can't answer back. Last touched by Coles.
Shepard, great job not fouling there. Stayed high walling up. Drives on Hidalgo here. Great spin and then step past Coles. A little English on the glass.
Miracle Shepard had only reached double figures, scoring 5 times in Cal's first 20 games. And now leading the Golden Bears with 17 tonight. 3.5 to play in Haas Pavilion. 7-point lead for the Golden Bears. Donez from the corner. Yes! Big time 3. Lola Donez stretches the lead to 10.
Huge response from Cal.
And a timeout, Notre Dame. Oh, the role players have played the biggest of roles for California tonight.
And you have Miracle Shepard on your scouting report, but the way she's affected the game tonight, she has done it by getting in the paint and by finding her teammates. Donez, great cut on the baseline right there. Loses Ayanna Moore, sleeping, knocks down the contested shot.
10 assists now for Miracle Shepard. That's a new career high as well. The junior from Kent, Washington has notched her first career double-double. And don't forget who she's been guarded by most of the night. The back-to-back ACC Defensive Player of the Year, Hannah Hidalgo.
And she's had some turnovers, but for the most part, she's handled her pressure really well. She's been poised. She typically was not supposed to be the point guard for this team, with Puff Morris moving to the bench with an injury, and Miracle Shepard has stepped in beautifully, taking over the full-time point guard position, and her size really helps. She does a great job turning her back, protecting the basketball, and she just has a level-headedness about her.
Well, Sharman Smith said that overtime win that Cal had over the weekend against Stanford was the team's best win this season. This might be right up there as well if they can hold on to this double-figure lead with 3:16 on the fourth quarter clock.
And the reason the Stanford win was so big was because they executed down the stretch. You rewind back to the Duke game where they led most of the time, and then at the end, Duke punched, and it came down to possessions, and Cal had a heartbreaking loss.
Out of the Notre Dame timeout, it's deflected and taken away. Hidalgo turns it over. Moll wound up with the loose ball. Twydale gets across midcourt and draws a foul.
Cal's done a great job with their length. That pass would have easily gone through, but the high hands led to that turnover.
Lulu Twydale, who shoots the free throws north of 80%, will take a couple here. Cal is still north of 60% for the game from the field. That's remarkable.
You thought that you'd see him cool off quite a bit, typically what happens, but they've stayed steady.
See the foul trouble mounting for this shorthanded Notre Dame group. Ayanna Moore just picked up her 4th. Nine straight for Cal. In crunch time, this is their largest lead of the game. Coles spoon feeds Hidalgo, watched by Miracle Shepard, and that step back jump shot is pure. 18 for Hidalgo, 9-point game.
Your 4-player Prosper out guarding your 2-guard at the top of the key.
Hannah Hidalgo just picked up her 4th foul. Now, this is a frustrating stretch for Notre Dame. Lost at home against Clemson on Sunday. On the cusp of dropping this first game to open the West Coast trip today. And it doesn't get easier from here going down to Stanford on Sunday. Cal trying to pile as much momentum together with Louisville coming to town on Sunday.
A team that's very versatile, moves the ball really well, is going to have multiple players who can step out and knock down the 3, especially post players.
Louisville, the highest ranked team in the ACC, 7th in the AP poll, and won their 20th game earlier tonight in Maples Pavilion. Hidalgo missed it, gets it back, and it rolls off. That's a microcosm of the night it's been for Hannah Hidalgo on the offensive end. More, it swirls out again. Hidalgo lost it. A steal for Miracle Shepard. Twydale out of the shot fake. Cal can take some more time off this clock as it rolls inside of 2 minutes. How many near buckets have we seen from the Irish tonight that have crawled off the rim at the last moment?
Seems like 10 easily.
Moll on the offensive glass, and she's fouled. That's the 5th on Ayanna Moore.
Gisela Moll, that is a microcosm of what she's done this entire season, is rebound the basketball, those little extra effort plays. And the start of that possession, the ball ended up back in her hands, and she looked at everybody like, calm down, come get the ball, Shepard. Settle in. That's how you effectively win a game down the stretch, is by managing possessions.
Gisela Moll flirting with a new career high in points herself at 16 right now. That's on me.
That's the jinx.
Yeah.
Yep. Good job, Chris.
Well, I've had better nights. We have pinballs around near the Notre Dame bench. Hidalgo takes it to the glass and scores. 20-piece for Hannah Hidalgo. But her team trails by 10 inside of 90 seconds now.
You're down in the possession game, so for Notre Dame, it's trying to speed Cal up. You see them pressing their full court. They're going to try and create more possessions than exist left on the clock.
Moll will trigger in for the Golden Bears.
Got to get over half court.
Sharman Smith taking timeout. As Cal had just 1 second to get it across the midcourt stripe. Well, for this Golden Bears team that lost their first 4 ACC games, got a chance to get within 1 game of 500 in conference play if they can hold on here.
Yeah, they're building. They're a tough, gritty team. They're learning how to be more consistent with a ton of new players. Some who are playing in the ACC for the first time.
Number 7 Louisville comes to town Sunday. It's a rematch of that Final Four game you were a part of back in 2013. And then another long trip out east, Georgia Tech and Pitt, before returning home to take on the 2 Virginia programs in the conference.
You look at that schedule left, and there's winnable games on that schedule for Cal, especially if they can hold on and pull out this Notre Dame one tonight. Louisville's going to be tough. You have number 7 coming into your house, so winning the games you have a better shot at, and then the rest of that schedule, they could make a little bit of noise.
The Golden Bears won 25 games in their inaugural ACC season, went 12-6 in conference play last year. They will leap a bit in the net rankings if they can hold on tonight against Notre Dame. Shepard into the front court. Watched by Hannah Hidalgo. And Casella Mall draws another foul. This one's on Prosper.
Mall's body, or Prosper didn't stand a chance, but didn't even get a chance to back up. That's a great job offensively attacking. Right here, puts the ball on the ground against Prosper, goes right at her chest. Also, when a defender has their arms down and doesn't get a chance to put them up.
I didn't see anything before that one.
That's fair.
The junior from Cedar Park, Texas, was a reserve on last year's team, has played a much bigger role this year. Prosper saved it in bounds off a couple Mall misses at the free throw line. Notre Dame's got to go. Hidalgo, nifty move. Feeds Prosper, blocked inside by Walker. Prosper gets it back and banks it in. 8-point game, 42 seconds. And it comes to Lulu Twydale. Quick foul from Sanchez. And one of Cal's better free throw shooters will strut to the stripe to try and ice this one for the Golden Bears on their home floor. You know, Haas Pavilion quietly among the nation's toughest places to play the last few years for opposing teams.
It has been, and especially in conference and the ACC, players have had to make that trip out west and make that adjustment, see what that feels like. I think it's a great gym. It's a great shooter's gym. I love it, obviously. It's got a great court. And I think the key to this game down the stretch, and ideally for Cal, it just becomes practice into the game, right, of possessions, is making free throws. There was a possession that Twydale missed a free throw against Stanford and left the door open for them, and they came down and knocked down a 3. So taking care of your controllables and making your shots when you get fouled.
On a night where the Golden Bears have gone 10 of 14 from three-point territory, Lulu Twydale hit 3 of them, 17 points. And a timeout Notre Dame with 41 seconds left as Cal grows the lead back to double figures.
You want to be smart here. You're not trying to foul. Definitely don't want to foul a three-point shooter. Cal might be switching everything. They've got 2 timeouts left, so Sharman Smith can advance the ball.
You get a chance to call some Louisville games early in the season. What can Cal expect when the 7th-ranked Cardinals roll into Haas on Sunday?
Oh, a well-coached team won. A really well-coached team who loves to move the ball and get high-quality shots. You can expect some post players who can step out and knock it down. I think Cal can expect to fight on the inside and get Sakima Walker going. I think that's where they can potentially expose them. And then a ton of fun guard play.
Cal will be surging in with some momentum. Hidalgo attacks. 22 for Hannah Hidalgo. And Twydale fouled again. Notre Dame will try and bounce back and split the California road trip at Stanford if they can erase an 8-point deficit here with 33.7 on the clock. Cardinal lost at home earlier tonight against Louisville. Notre Dame with the loss in this game would drop to 5-5 in the ACC. This is a group that just has to play better in the month of February to feel comfortable about getting a spot in the big dance come March.
They're going to need to. They're going to figure out how to string a few wins together down the stretch. And Neil Ivey talked about them learning how to play more consistently. And the toughness side was something she talked a ton to us about. How does she get her team to play tougher for 40 minutes, not in moments, but in entire stretches.
Mentioned that Stanford road game coming up for Notre Dame on Sunday, then at home against Virginia Tech, at Virginia. Cavaliers are a bubble team per Charlie Cream. And then a matchup against the team they shared the ACC regular season title with on ESPN in South Bend, middle of February. Our game summary tonight: Miracle Shepherd working on a career best in points and assists, her first career double-double. 4 Cal players in double figures scoring. Hannah Hidalgo, a better second half as expected, but not necessarily impacting the result of this game.
No, the defense just was not enough from Notre Dame as an entire squad.
Hidalgo hooks it in for Coles. Taken by Twydale. Shot clock dark. Notre Dame applies one more foul, but that should do it. Lola Donez to the free throw line for a pair with 20.5 seconds remaining here in Berkeley. Lola Donez in some ways came off the bench and provided an X-factor type of feel for Cal tonight.
And she stayed ready. You think you're going to get your average, 10+ minutes a game, and then you find yourself with Taylor Barnes going down, getting more minutes. That play is flashing through my head of her running on the baseline and knocking down the three.
That was a big momentum swing in this fourth for Cal. There were times, multiple times in the second half, Notre Dame was within a possession, but never able to pull even with Cal. And that went a long way towards the Golden Bears kind of maintaining the momentum down the stretch in this game.
And I think that's been the growth of Cal, is learning how to take punches from another squad, weather this storm, not get frazzled, take care of the basketball.
Hidalgo steps through. Sanchez missed it. Rebound, Sakima Walker. And for whatever reason, DeJesus applying a foul, but it's academic at this point. The California Golden Bears, for the first time in program history, will beat the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Big win for Charmin Smith's group as they continue to get better as this season rolls along.
It's a huge win, and that last possession from Notre Dame is just quintessential of what the game has been for them. Great drive, great possession, cannot finish, but I think you have to give credit to Cal's defense because they've had multiple efforts, multiple contests. There were rarely wide open shots that they gave Notre Dame tonight.
Walker misses both. Sanchez clears. And DeJesus missed everything on the game's final shot. And the California Golden Bears have won 4 of 5. They take care of Notre Dame tonight for the first time in program history, 80-69 in Haas Pavilion.
Big wins from the Bears, building momentum.